Okay. Blah, 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 blah. Got it.
All right.
All right. Well, crap. We are live. There we are. All right. Let me get, oh, and there's Matt. All right. Let me get things set up here. I think, yeah. Oop, turn the volume down on that before we get some echoes. All right. It takes me a while to get all this stuff going. I'm still trying to figure it out, but guys, thanks for being here. All right. We are live on YouTube on my channel. I'm not sure how everybody's seeing it from their end, but I believe down below me, it's different on both screens. Down below me is my good friend, Gorgeous George. You guys have heard me talk about him a million times. Introduce yourself, Mr. George. Uh-oh, wait a minute. We have a very special guest coming in the corner, it seems, Mr. Peter Tai. Welcome, sir.
Hello, guys.
I was just introducing everybody. I'm glad you're here.
Yeah. I just saw the link. Just finished the AMA, then I saw the link, then I jumped in.
Big surprise. I appreciate you being here. Listen, with me is Crypto Dream. Matt Gray is to the side here, and that's one of the gentlemen who's been making some videos for you for Luffy Token. Say hi, Matt.
Hello, it's great to see you.
Hello, Matt. Hello.
And the other gentleman, Peter, that's with us is a friend of mine, George. George and a few of his friends hold an unbelievable amount of Luffy token, and we'll probably talk about that as we go on. But I just wanted to introduce you guys.
Hi, Peter.
Yeah, you are the whale now, right?
Absolutely.
Yeah, thank you. Yeah.
That's the man. It's because of George that I came to Luffy Token. I wouldn't have known anything about it. He DM'd me about 1,000 DMs telling me that I had to check it out. And I came in and I've been hooked. I've been here ever since, and I appreciate you welcoming me in.
Yeah.
That was a really long AMA.
Yeah, around 2 hours. Yes, we have a lot of great questions. Yeah.
There was a lot of good questions, and I can't believe the energy that you have is unbelievable. To just keep going and going. I think the first AMA that we listened to you in, that one went on even after the AMA was over. You still hung out and answered questions for quite a while.
Yes. Yeah, like later I still work till few hours. Yeah, and then I go to sleep, and then tomorrow start very soon to work. I have few projects to work with, and then I need to spend my time very correctly. Cannot spend time a lot for my hobbies or some things all the times. Now it's working.
Yeah, it seems like you're always working. It seems like you never sleep. I really don't know how you do it, but I appreciate everything that you do. You've got a lot of different projects going on, but you're spending most of your time with Luffy, and we really appreciate it.
Okay, I just being your message in the chat, so people now can see in the YouTube. You are live now, right?
We are live right now. People are looking at your face and hearing your voice.
Nice.
Some of them maybe for the first time. What time is it? I know we're all in different time zones. For me, it's now, almost noon, but it looks pretty late in the background there.
Now it's around 11:30 p.m. 11 p.m. and 30 in Singapore. Right. Yeah.
Well, all right. So I won't keep you too long, because I would imagine you probably want to get to sleep pretty soon. So one of the and I wasn't sure that you were going to join us, but one of the things that we were going to talk about basically is just the future of Luffy Token and kind of what's coming up. We're as we're going through the roadmap and we're looking at all the different things that have already been accomplished, which is phenomenal. You've really been nailing all this stuff right on time. There are a few things in phase 2 which should be concluded by the end of Q3 of Q3, which is at the end of September. There are a few things that still are unfinished. So where are we on those things? Will those be done within Q3 or will they maybe take a little longer?
Actually, it's about the target, right? Let me remember the phase two. The phase two. First of all, we talk about. First of all, we talk about the holders, the community first. The Twister following base. We already have. We reached the target. We already achieved the. I remember. No need to open.
Oh,
it.
okay, all right.
So okay. So the communities now is quite strong. We need to gain more active people to the Telegram chat to reach like 50K active member. So that is our target for the communities. For the holder, we target 100K holder, but I think we cannot get that values in this Q3. It's a bit difficult because we now is the bear market. Now we have around 15K people, 15K holders in both ETX and BNB chains. And then we have around, I think, 20K holders in all the centralized chains. Then we already have total around 35K. And then we will have the huge airdrop very soon, maybe 20K holder more. So we have around 55K. And then another 45K to reach the target of the phase two maybe come into September. We try to do some good marketing, airdrop or something, but 100K quite difficult. But I hope we can reach around 60K holder. Is good enough for us.
Yeah, I think it's awesome.
Yeah, about the product, we have the NFT marketplace that we delayed a few times because like we want to bring the very good product to the communities because sometimes the UIs design, people send me the design or something, and then Terry and me maybe reject it and ask to do again because the qualities of Terry's and the teams is very high. They don't want to release the bad product. And also the NFT marketplace will be released on time. Yeah, sure, will be released on time in this phase two.
Okay.
Anime Swap is easy to build, but let me see if we have some good partner with the community, we can build a good anime swap. It might took me around our team. It might took the teams around 1 month to build it. It's not difficult. But if we start from early of September, we can release it in end of September. I will try to boost the team to build it, the anime swap. And for the anime decks, I think it will be delayed to the Q4 of this year. Yeah. And other things like the fundraising, we are already feeling it. Yeah, the most important thing and difficult thing, we already done it in the fundraising. Very difficult. Took us around nearly half a year to done it. Yeah.
Oh, okay. Yeah, we weren't aware of that timeline or exactly how long it was taking. And once it was announced, we went through a little process of kind of dealing with some people who had some doubt. But I haven't heard a lot of doubt lately. I think we pretty conclusively proved that, Gem Digital is on board. This $50 million influx of money over the next 2 years. I mean, it really is just phenomenal, especially in a market like this, to get that kind of commitment from a venture capitalist company. One of the questions that I saw in the chat during the AMA, somebody had asked, is there more is there more VCs maybe down the line, or is that being worked on at all, or are we good with the 50 million?
Actually, without the $50 million commitment from the germs, we still can complete the roadmap, but the process is slower. with the support from Germ, we can boost the process is faster. 50 million is very, very good and good enough for us to build everything. We don't need to raise a lot from other funding. Yeah.
Okay,
No need.
that's
Yeah, no need.
that's good to know. Yeah.
Yeah.
Awesome. I appreciate that. So now I have, you know, I have some things that you're aware of as far as this the market, the NFT market. Do you want to show those, or do you want to hold off on that?
Can you can show the communities, yes.
All right.
But
Well, I'm gonna share something with you guys, and thank
Yeah.
you for this. I'm gonna share something with you guys that you have never seen before. And this is on the anime marketplace, the NFT marketplace. Let me just share my screen, and I will find it and pop it up. Give me 1 second. I wasn't sure that we were going to want to be able to do this, so I didn't go to it, but here it is. And we've got about 8 different screenshots here of what this marketplace is going to kind of look like. And do you want to talk about each one of these a little bit as I go through them?
You can go through. You can go through first. Okay.
All right. So here's the first. Here's the dashboard. Okay. Here's the first shot. And this is an approximation of what, you know, none of these people or these numbers are real. This is basically just what it's going to look like. All right. And the second screenshot is what are we looking at here? This looks like a bit of a chat area, like where people can interact.
Yeah.
And this is all built into the marketplace. Then we have our general settings.
Yes.
I've got to move something here on my screen. You guys can't see it, but I can, and it's in my way. Okay. And the fourth screen we're going to go to is Discover. And I believe this is where people are going to actually post their artwork. And this is where you'll go to find the different, you know, artwork that you're looking for possibly to purchase.
Yes, correct.
Yep. Okay. If I scroll down, yeah, it just goes down a little bit. And so you've got a picture, you know, of whatever the artwork is going to be, and then who it's by, and what they're asking for it. Place the bid. It reminds me very much of OpenSea. I mean, it's kind of the same idea. Is that right?
Yeah. Yeah.
Okay. We'll go to the next screen. And if you click on any one of these NFTs, I believe it'll bring you to this screen. It'll bring you to this screen, which will give you a more detailed explanation of what it is, who the people are. You've got a countdown clock here if it's for auction, or you can buy it now. If I scroll down, is there a little more? Yeah, there's a little more. Okay. A couple more screens. What is this one here that I'm looking at, Peter?
Let me check. This is the profile of the artist, I think. So you can text, like you can check the, like, because our plan to have the manga artist and the anime artist to earn the money, right? So we can check the real profile of them, and we can check the other product of them. So you can buy and to support them. So this is to show the profile. The profile of the creator.
Okay. That's awesome. All right. Another screen. So now this would be my wallet, right? If I linked my wallet, this is going to show me what I have.
Yes.
Okay.
Yes. Correct.
All right. So you link your wallet and you have your balance. It'll show you everything, recent activity, things maybe that you've bid on or purchased or whatever should all be in this screen here. And there's one last screen, which
the history
might just be a continuation of the same thing, right? Yeah. Okay. Here's your history.
Yeah.
Okay. So everything, what you've collected, price ranges and all, very well put together. And again, this is just kind of a mock-up and some screenshots of what it's going to look like. So do you want to talk to us about what the functionality is going to be?
So actually, it's like the NFT marketplace is something is not like novelties. It's like already in the market that a lot of company already success about the NFT marketplace. But for our like Luffy NFT marketplace, we have our old like market we have the niche market. We focus on the anime base. We focus on the maybe in the future we focus on the cartoons or some things. Then we have the niche market to work. If we do something like we make the same like OpenSea, we will fail. So yeah, our NFT marketplace, we focus on the anime base. Yeah, it's the same.
Right, yeah.
It's reason why we put the name is like anime marketplace. Yeah.
Yeah, so that's all you're going to find there is anime art, manga art, from these different artists.
Yes.
I mean, I'm looking forward to it. I think Matt Gray is a bit more of an NFT collector than I am. Am I right?
Yes. Matt
I
have
a
some,
few.
right?
Yeah, I have Luffy for sure. I'm excited.
Yeah.
Matt, I think Matt bought some from the 10,000 NFT collection from Luffy, right?
Yes, sir.
How many of them do you have, Matt?
I have one right now. I'm gonna work on getting some more, especially after the news and listening to the AMA.
Okay.
Yeah,
Actually,
he's in the same boat that I am.
This moment we not say a lot that the NFT have a lot of utilities. We only said that this is our NFT. So only like our loyal supporter, they buy the NFT to support us. And like they want to collect it. But if we announce that have a lot of utility behind the NFT, maybe people will FOMO a lot. But this is not a good time to do the marketing because the bear market is not good. Yeah. So we hold on it. Yeah.
I understand. Yeah, I bought one myself, and I have plans to get some more. Unfortunately, I don't have unlimited funds, and I can't buy as many as I want when I want. But I get them when I can. The 0.04 ETH, correct?
0.04, quite cheap.
0.04, yeah. And you never know what you're going to get. You could get one that's very, very rare, and it's going to be worth a lot more money.
Maybe you can get the legendaries like in future you sell 40 ETH or something. Who knows?
Yeah.
Right.
Yeah. So
yeah,
it's a good investment.
Like
I appreciate that.
Like the legendary something have the more voting power is the Luffy down in the future, something like that.
Yeah. Peter, I don't know if anybody's ever asked you this because I've never heard anybody ask you it, but why this project? What now? The whole idea behind Luffy Token again is to provide this platform for these anime manga artists to have a place to post their art and to make some money on it, maybe even get seen by some important people. What is it about that cause that interested you? Were you a big anime guy?
Actually, our founder Terry is really interested in the animes. I also really interested in only Luffy only. Other anime I don't care about it, but I'm only watch about the Luffy's like film, the cartoon a lot. Maybe I spend like a month only watching the Luffy when I was a child. Yeah, the whole month every day watching it, and then I into it. Really love the story. Yeah. And
My
I
son,
also we actually the key thing is we build the platform because we saw that in Japan or other countries a lot of like talented artists, anime artists, they cannot earn a lot of money, and we want to help them. That's our final purpose, to build the NFT marketplace.
Yeah. No, it's a great cause. It really is. And I'm sure it's going to be appreciated by a lot of people. I didn't, as I said, George told me about Luffy Token. And when I started researching Luffy Token and the team and what you guys were doing, that was enough for me to get involved. But I really, at that point, still didn't know anything about the anime. So I have a 30-year-old son who's very into One Piece and Luffy, and he sat here. One of my videos, he sat here and told me all about One Piece and about Yonko and about Luffy and how the whole cartoon went on. He said that he and one of his friends actually sat for I forget how many hours and just watched hundreds and hundreds of these episodes. At this point, there are how many thousands of episodes? Tens of thousands, right?
Let me check. 1,000 somethings, I think.
Is that right?
Yeah. Yeah.
And is it true that now there's a movie coming out? We know. Is it true that the
Yeah.
series is coming to an end soon?
Not end. Every time you thinking that it ends, it's jumping into the new episode. Yeah.
Oh, is that right? So is that how they get you hooked?
Yeah.
They tell you. Okay, I got it. All right, good. That's awesome. Is there anything? I mean, you covered so much today in the AMA, but is there anything else that you wanted to kind of get out to everybody that you hadn't had an opportunity to?
Actually, it's like if you invested in the projects, you should like engagement with the dev a lot. Then I just recommend to the investor that if you invested in the project, like you have to engagement with the dev, try to engage with them and ask them a lot of questions. If they honestly to answer us all the questions, that means that that project can be invested. Then I just recommend only that question with the investor. For the Luffy, I think I can like my AMA. I think can cover all the question of the investor already. But still want to because people not invested in one token, and then they invested in other token and they got rug pull or something because they not check the developer profile or something. So I just want to recommend that they should check the developer profile. Very, very important.
Yeah, and you guys are doxed, so it's easy enough to do. And that's appreciated. George, I want to give you an opportunity to if you had a question or so for Dr. Peter over here, I'll give you an opportunity to ask something real quick. Do you want to talk about how much you're holding right now?
Yeah, well, we've been buying over a period of time now, so we're continuously topping up on the dips and stuff. I can't disclose exactly what we're holding.
Okay.
But each one of us holds over 100 trillion, well over 100 trillion. So we're going to be approaching the all-time high soon at some point. As soon as a bull run comes, I think we're going to lose a few zeros. The team is doing so well. The communication is absolutely superb. A lot of the community contact me and I get answers from your team straight away. It's you're doing absolute perfect job.
Yeah. About the token price, right? Last time at near all-time highs, Terry's our founders, Benji's our CEO, and me bought a lot at near all-time high, and we want the token like go up to 500 million market cap and can jump to 1 billion, but we fell. Then we like people show a lot. Last time the market bad, then they show a lot. Then when launching V2, we also buy a lot. We want to push it back to all-time high, and then when we reach around 190 million market cap on Gray.io and the market bad again, then people show again. Yeah. So we just say to investor that we always behind you guys to support the price. Yeah. But some people that makes use of it because last week we announced that we buy back 200k USD, 232k in total, I think. Then when I think Benji or Terry is announced in Twitter, people going to like transfer token from the centralized chain to the decentralized chain, try to like push down the price. The reason why we buy a lot, but the token is not moving. Yeah, the price not moving. Yeah.
Yeah. Just one quick question on the obviously the buybacks, and I know you're totally fed up of people saying, "Are you going to burn?" Because burning can be a complete waste of money that can go into marketing, etc., and development. So as I understand, you're burning through new utility that's developed, etc. I've seen bandied about figures that maybe in 3 years' time, another 30, maybe 35 quadrillion tokens could be burnt through utility. Do you believe that could be the case?
Actually, I think can't if the game is very, very good, because now the B2E game, I'm not seeing any like 3D B2E game, I believe. I'm not playing the game, but the B2E game is seem like very boring to me. It's like they emphasize only the money side. They not focus on to making the very interesting game. So now the Land of Ties, I discussed with the team that focus on the story of the game. But people like interested a lot into the game, then people can play a lot, and then they can transfer the Luffy token or Kainet token into the game. And then when you transfer the token into the game, that means your token already like the off-chain token is already been burned. So meaning that if we make the very good game, so the burn rate is very, very high. So yeah, and of course I expect it's like burn as much as possible into the game, but I'm not sure about the number that we can get it. Yeah.
Well, the way I see it, you know, like a 1 billion market cap is so easy to achieve. And I know the you're obviously your company is planning on 3 to 5 billion market cap, and in the future maybe a 10. And I'm sure the VC is looking for that as well. On buybacks, people are saying with the buybacks, obviously you buy back and then it goes back into the deployer wallet, and then at some point those tokens go somewhere and they end up back in circulating supply. Is that what actually happens with the tokens? Because they're sort of held back and then they go back into the system, or do they go and they're sort of locked away and they're not used again and not available to anybody?
Buyback, right? Buyback is normally that we will buy the token to support the price. And then if we sell that token right in the market, we will sell very slowly and very smart in the centralized exchange to get back the funding for the development and for the marketing. And it's not affect the price. Or we can use that token to sell to the VC. So the VC also want to buy a lot of tokens in like the form of the B2B. That means it's not affect the price at all. Yeah.
Okay.
So we can use that one to get a lot of funding for development and marketing.
Okay. And I presume after a couple of years, the VC has to offload a slow position. They can't just dump all the tokens. It's over a period of time.
For the VC, right? If they sell it, they also do the same like what we do it. They not sell, like they don't pump like buy the token. We also sign everything in the agreement that how they sell, how they would sell it. The way that they sell is not like damage the token, and then the maximum that they can sell per one times. Yeah, we discussed everything inside the NDA. So I can disclose the number now for you guys because we signed the NDA. But the VC, of course, they will never like dump the project. Yeah, because the deal that reason why that I working very like hard into the legal stuff because I don't want them to like do the bad thing to the token. So the legal stuff, like we prepare around 50 pages, cover everything. Yeah, so quite safe for the investor.
No, thank you very much. Appreciate it, Peter. Thanks for answering all my questions.
When it kept going back and forth with the contract and revisions and different things, we talked about that privately, George and I, and basically that was the assumption, is that everything that you guys have done and everything that you've released, you made sure it was perfect before it was released. So we assumed with the contract, it was the same thing, that you were just making sure that everybody was safe, that there was security for Luffy token as well as the investors. And that's what you just confirmed. So that's great. That's awesome. Matt, did you have anything that you wanted to chat about real quick with Peter?
Yeah, I've been really excited. So you were talking about there'll be voting rights with the NFTs. What other utilities are there exactly?
Actually, NFT have a lot of utilities, but in the market now, like around 90%, maybe more than 19% of the NFT are all the trust. To be honest, I have to say that more than 90% of the NFT are the trust. They only want to collect the money, create the hive, and then sell the NFT. But for the Luffy NFT, you can like of course, you can trace in our like NFT marketplace and other platforms. You also can use for voting in the futures. Like we create some the proposal in the Luffy DAO. So if you hold the Luffy NFT, you can do the voting, and you also can do staking. Or you also, if your Luffy is NFT is like legendary something, right? You don't use it, but you don't want to sell it. Also, you can do the lending. Let other people to borrow it and do whatever they want. They can do staking or something. Yeah. So a lot of utility for the NFT in the futures. Yeah.
And I mean, is this is going to be a limited supply, or there'll be other Luffy tokens or NFTs?
NFT, we already limited it at the 10,000 NFT. Yeah, we don't mean more. That's the max value.
Yeah, that's going to be
10,000.
exciting. I mean, no one's going to be able to get any. So, I mean, this is a great chance for everyone.
Yeah.
I'm surprised it hasn't sold out, honestly.
No.
Do you have an expectation? I'm sorry.
What?
Do you have an expectation, Peter, on when we might get to? Because I'll be honest with you, I thought we would have got, like Matt said, surprised it hasn't sold out. I thought we would have got to that 1,000 mark a lot sooner than we have. Do you have an expectation of when we might get there?
Actually, if we chase the marketing a lot, we will sell the 1,000 like within like 2 weeks or less than 2 weeks. But the bear market now, I and the team discuss that we don't ask people to buy the NFT because they can use the funding to buy the token better.
Right.
But when they already earn from the token, right? So we can ask them to buy some NFT. We promote the NFTs, then they can transfer some fund of them to the NFT. And then when the NFT have some value, they also can earn from the NFT. So that's the optimized way for the investor to earn the money. With now a lot of changes to earn the money. Like if you just in the crypto world, meaning that now in the bear market is the time for you to like stack your access. You
Yes.
buy you collect your access. Yeah. Then in the bull markets, like you can earn a lot of money, and then you can allocate some of your funding to the NFT that you trust to earn more money. Yeah, that is the way that we want to do. This time we highly recommend people to buy the token instead of buy the NFT. Yeah.
Okay, good. No, I appreciate that. That's really honest and upfront. You know, something that I know all three of us have kind of dealt with as far as answering the community, answering these questions from people. You are involved in a lot of different things. You know, the Linktr and the Game Hub and the Global Virality. You're also, you know, working with different medical things, you know, all the things that we can kind of get on your LinkedIn. But you have said, and we've had to repeat it to people, that your focus is on Luffy token. None of these things take your focus away from Luffy token. And I know we've all had to address that with people, but the question still keeps coming up. So would you mind taking a minute and just kind of addressing that and putting that to bed for everybody as far as where exactly your focus is?
Actually, so I have the full-time job. If you check in my LinkedIn, I have the full-time job. So to be honest, I got the PhD at a very young age, around 25 years old, and I work into development some advanced material for aerospace. And then I work full-time from 8 a.m. to 6 p.m. On that time, I only can spend around 2 hours at the lunch time to check all the messages and show all the paperwork with the crypto. And then after after 6 p.m. I spend all of the time from 6 p.m. to around 2 a.m. to work in crypto. And then like I spend most of the time for Luffy, of course. Other project for the Linktr tokens, like Linktr, we at beginning we help them to build the technical product only. So my brother has them to build the NFT marketplace, have the linky to build the wallet. But the marketing is like leaking by other companies. But in this August, that they saw that the marketing company is doing not very well, so they invite me come in to bring my connection to have. So within a month, that I can help them to get all the engagement that more than what they did into a years. So in Linky, my role is only like advise the marketings and help them to do listing. That's only thing that I do in the Linky. For the Hub Games, is the new project that I involved. It's also launched in August. That we say that we want to make the GameFi great again. We build the whole ecosystem for the game players, that we build only one token is the Hub tokens that can be used for 50 games. And then in the Hub game projects that we also backed by the very huge companies. And my role in the Hub game is the directors of the partnership, meaning that I connect all the connections for the Hub game to do the listings and also to negotiate with the other partners and the VCs. It's not take a lot of times. And for the Luffy's, I build out, I engage with the communities, I design the banners, everything, post Twitter, other platforms. And then so I work with the team to like discuss with the team for the roadmap to optimize the product. And then like in the Luffy, I also manage the marketing. Most of my time is in Luffy, to be honest. And for the Linky, for the global virality, this is my company, my own company. It's not the crypto project company. It's like the outsource company. That's I do the outsource for some. My companies do some outsource for other project. Like if they ask us to do like help us to create the wallet, how much, then we can build it for them. And they also want to do the that means market making. We also can provide the service to them. They also, if they want to raise fund or something, we also can provide a consultant service to them. It's not a crypto project, so it's not yet me. And I not spend a lot of time into it. Yeah. So normal people, they think that I cannot work a lot of project at the same time like that. But for me, I can spend like 18 to 22 hours a day to work into my interest stuff. So yeah, I can manage.
You can only do that for so long. You're gonna have to sleep eventually.
Yeah. Actually, if I sleep very deep. I have very deep sleep. So my health, everything recover very well.
I would imagine after doing all that work, I would probably have a very deep sleep as well. Yeah, I think what a lot of people need to understand is basically what you just said. You're in these other projects, but they're not all your responsibility. You have things that you do for these people, or certain tasks that you do for these other projects, but you are the CEO of LuffyToken. That's where you have the majority of your responsibility, and so that's where you put all of your time. That's a perfect explanation, and hopefully that kind of answers it for everybody. Yep.
Yes, and also other projects is all the big projects. If I work into them, some small project or scam project, people can like not trust into the Luffy or something anymore. But if I work into the huge project or big project, they should happy about it. Like Linky, they raised $15 million from the 3 round, angel round, private round, and IDO, I believe. And then they have nearly 100 staff. And they also be backed by the 3 billion real estate companies in Vietnam. That's also the huge project. For the Hub Games, it's also backed by the FunTab company that is like the top 3 game publishers in Southeast Asia. So now we have around 40 game studio work together and around 1,000 staff. And they have all the marketing team, very special one. So my job very specific, just like directors of partnership, bring all the partnership to the hub game. That's all. Yeah. And for the Luffy, yes, of course, because my role is like the CEO. So I have to focus 100% in the Luffy, of course. Yeah.
Yeah, I appreciate that.
Yeah.
There's a question in the chat on YouTube. If you don't mind me asking you real quick, it says, can you ask Peter, what is his expectations for the ETH merge? How will that affect us being an ERC20 token if ETH fails? What will happen?
Actually, fail or delays is nothing happen because the Ethereum price now is very cheap. I believe if you have the long term investment, for long term investment, people they say that Ethereum now very cheap. So fail or delays in nothing happen. But if successful, we can gain a lot of things, like we can reduce the gas fee because but when it's successful, right, the miner maybe cannot earn a lot anymore. So the token in the miner hand now, they have a lot. Maybe they sell, I don't know. Because now the miner, they owe a lot of Ethereum, because if the merge successfully, they cannot earn anymore. So maybe they sell. Yeah, who knows? We cannot predict it. We only like can think about some scenario that is can happen, then we can prepare for it. Of course, people believe do not do the future by long or short. It's very like risky this moment. You cannot know that it's like to the moon or this one they dip again. So please never like do the long or short, do the leverage this moment. Yeah.
Yeah, I hear you.
Yeah.
So going into phase 3, which really the time frame for phase 3 is like 2 years, right? To accomplish everything that's within phase 3, because that's some really big stuff, the virtual reality stuff. And as far as the exchange, as far as the blockchain, whatever, where does that fit in list of priorities? Is that toward the beginning, one of the first things you want to do, or where does that fall in line?
For the Luffy blockchain, you mean?
Yeah, for your own exchange, yeah.
Exchange or what? Exchange or Luffy blockchain? You mean exchange or Luffy blockchain?
Yeah,
I don't understand your question.
Okay, I'm sorry. Luffy is going to be creating its own exchange, correct? Okay.
No, it's not exchange. It's the wallet.
Oh, the wallet. Okay.
Yeah.
All right. I think maybe some of us misunderstood that. We thought that basically Luffy, like I said, was going to be kind of creating its own. George, isn't that the way you understood it, or?
Yeah, the way I heard it is Luffy's going to be creating its own like layer 1 blockchain at some point, so that we're not using ERC20.
That is Luffy blockchain. I mentioned in the AMA just now that the Luffy blockchain is still in the idea, because we want to have the good product. And until now, we can build something like another blockchain, and we can create some hype, but we cannot like gain a lot of like exposure, because it's like same like other blockchains. We want to build something like have high novelty. Then other project can build in our blockchains like Solana or something like, we have some backer behind, can boost the blockchain. But if we at the point that we build the blockchain, we thinking that we cannot get the Luffy blockchain into that level. To be honest, we jump in to build the Luffy blockchain at the side chain for the Land of Kai. because the Land of Kai is the huge game. It's need the side chain to support. Reason why we can build the Luffy blockchain to support the Land of Kai. That's like two scenario for the Luffy blockchain. Yeah.
Okay. Recently, Peter, you sent out a tweet that I found interesting. You tweeted to Vitalik, and you simply asked him, "Would you like some Luffy?" Was that a joke, or was that a serious question?
Actually, it's like because I saw the meme, the pictures of the fan is really cute, so I sent the picture for fun only. Actually, in November last year, that I asked Terry whether can send some token to Vitalik Buterin or not. But Terry is scared that Vitalik will dump the token like the way that he dumped the SIBA token. So we not send to him.
That's what I was thinking.
Actually, we know his address. We can send him, but who knows? He will dump and then it's affect the Luffy holder. Yeah. So we.
Yeah. All right. Yeah. I just wanted to ask about that. I was curious about it. I have one personal last question for Peter, but I'm going to give you guys an opportunity if you have any other questions to ask him, because it's late where he is, and I want to let him, get some rest. Do you guys have any other questions for him real quick, and then I'll ask my last question at the end?
No, I'm all good. Thanks, DJ Trev.
Matt?
I just want to say what basically DJ Trev said. It's incredible that we can actually reach out to you, and I really appreciate it. We've all experienced not being able to communicate with the development team, and we appreciate it.
Thank you guys a lot. So Chops, will you still accumulate more Luffy token?
I'm sure going to try to catch up.
Oh, sorry.
George, you're going to keep going, right?
Yeah, what I'm doing right now, obviously, I'm like the staking platform is the best staking platform I've ever come across. Nobody gives 24%. And Peter, I understand at some point you can't offer 24% when we start losing 1 0 2 zeros because you're just going to run out of tokens out of the deployer wallet or etc. So that's absolutely fine. I just recommend anybody out there right now just stake as much as you can, as quick as you can for the time being, and it's the best thing for the company as well. Whilst you're staking, it's out of a supply as well. So
and I mentioned that in the AMA that in the futures we have to reduce the interest in the staking platform. Yep. If some project that they give a very high interest, that means that they have something that is not true, because you cannot earn the money for the company to return to other investor like that. Like last time the USD, they give you like 20%, like 9% of interest, and then you stack the USD, then you also die. So next time maybe reduce down to 10% or something. It's like equal to the bank, maybe a bit higher than a bank only. In the future.
Do you have any idea? Is this next year, maybe middle of next year, or is it by the end of this year, end of Q4, that you're going to drop the staking percentage?
The staking percentage is based on the token that we still holdings. If we see that the token still enough to give to the investor that who trust into our project, we still keep the highest yielding high interest. But if we check our token in the Luffy deployer wallet is not enough, so we will reduce it. We have to calculate and optimize it. Maybe next year we will reduce a lot, but this year we still keep to ask people to do the staking, because now if they not do the staking, they will maybe sell for loss or some things.
Right, I fully understand. Thank you for confirming.
George has been trying to push me to stake my bag because I'm over in L Bank, and as soon as I got in, the staking was locked. I couldn't really stake it, so he's been trying to push me, and it only makes sense to stake it because 24%. I'm going to make so much, but I don't know what it is. It's like a mental thing that if I move it, out of L Bank, I'm gonna have to pay gas fees. I'm gonna lose some of it, and like I love all my Luffy token. I don't want to lose any of it, you know. But
I can pay
it's
the
only
gas fee for
logical.
you. I can pay for the gas fee for you. Do the second.
Oh, I mean, that's a hell of an offer, but I wouldn't ask you to
Okay.
do that. I appreciate
Okay,
that. That's
okay,
awesome.
okay.
Have you-
Matt, is there anything going on in the chat? Any questions in the chat that we should ask real quick? Or
Yeah, that's
Matt's
what
my
I've been trying to
moderator.
keep an eye out. Let's
Okay,
see.
you keep an eye out. Peter, I have one personal question for you, and that'll be my last question. And in the very, I don't know if you remember, because we really didn't know each other that well in the very first AMA that you did that I was in. But I asked you a question back then, and the answer
You
you
asked
gave
me
me
whether
was
can be the close friends or not, right?
you remember.
Can you be
Yeah,
the
I
best
asked-
friend?
My memory is very good. I still remember what happened when I was like 2 years old or 4 years old. I still remember.
Wow.
So,
So you have
yeah.
like an eidetic memory. Yeah, to everybody who didn't hear it, I asked Peter, I said, listen, I'm loving your lifestyle. You're kind of traveling all over, you're doing these things. Can we be best friends? And Peter said, no. We can't be best friends. Peter told me he has one good friend
Awesome.
and he spends all the rest of his time with family. He's a very, very strong family man, right? Isn't that what you
Yeah.
told me? So my question to you today is, since I can't be your best friend, can you adopt me so maybe I can be part of your family?
Actually, we have a group that's I can help you guys to become the very strong influencer with the resources from my company, the global viralities. Then now it's the bear market, so we spend time to build the profile of the influencers. Like in the bull market, a lot of like good project will hire you guys to review their projects. So on each video, you guys can earn few K. So within a month, you guys can earn 100K is easy. So now we build the profile first and focus to review all the legit project. Never review the scam project. Maybe you can earn like 10K, 20K to review one scam project, but the whole channel in the future, people will not like watch anymore. Yeah. So that we set in the group. Yeah.
My channel is just over 3 months old. Matt and I started around the same time. Okay. In that period of time, I've branched into some things that I never thought I would, like interviews like this. I've done quite a few interviews with a lot of key people, and it's at the point now where people are actually coming to me and saying, hey, can you do an interview with us? And I really appreciate that. I've built it up to, I am probably about 30 subscribers away from having 1,000 subscribers in about, like I said, 3 months, like 90 days or so. I'm still a little bit a ways from the amount of watch time. I think I still got like maybe another 1,500 hours of watch time before my channel is monetized. But in all that time, I have never, ever asked anyone for a dime for doing an interview. And I have a moral conflict with that. And it's a conversation you and I will have to have, because I really feel like, and I don't know everything, but if I'm going to give my opinion on something and people are going to listen to my opinion, I want them to understand that it's my opinion from my heart and from my brain, and not from my wallet, not because someone paid me for that opinion. So I what you're talking about with global virality is very tempting. But it's a conversation we're going to have, because I really don't want to ever be in a position where I am beholden to anyone who paid for me to get to where I am. I really feel like I want to get there organically, so that the people who are listening to my channel know that what they're getting is genuine. So that's, I appreciate that, and I love that. But it's gonna be something we'd have to chat about. Hopefully you understand what I'm saying.
But actually, when you famous enough, so some legit project will find you and they don't want you to like do free. They want to do win-win. And if you review honestly, they will have some reward to you. That's what you should receive. Yeah. So just do the good thing, and then they will definitely will pay you. You have to receive it. So make them happy.
It's all new to me. This is all new water that I'm charting, you know. So I'm trying to go into it as very carefully and slowly as I can, and I appreciate the advice that you give and the direction that you've given. There are some other people who have been key for me and Matt as far as giving us really good advice. But we don't want to get into a situation where we're covering scam tokens and things like that. I don't want to go there. I want to be really careful about doing my due diligence and making sure the things that I cover are things that I morally am comfortable with. And I believe that Matt feels the same way. I'm kind of speaking for him, but we've had this conversation, and I think that that's the truth, you know. So yeah. All right, I'm not going to hold you any longer. I really appreciate you coming on my channel. This was unbelievable. It's surreal to have you here. Everybody's thrilled about it. And yeah, thank you. Thank you for everything.
Thank you.
One last thing.
Thank you.
We sign out with a fist bump, yeah?
Fist bump. That's how we do it. Fist bump.
That's how we do it. Come on, Peter. Come on, Peter.
All right, guys. Thank you, everybody, for being here.
Bye,
and I'll talk to you all
guys.
soon.
Bye, guys.
Thank you all.
Thank you guys a lot.
Appreciate you guys.
Thank you guys a lot.